It is Kayode and The Guru right now. The time is 16 minutes to the top of the hour, 16 minutes to 10 a.m. My name is Kayode. It's a beautiful Monday, the 25th day of the 9th month of the year of our Lord 2023. The last week in the month of September. Salary is coming for a lot of people who are expecting their salaries and those who are closing deals. Well, but for those who are indebted, I'm sure they're not very happy right now. But who am I to talk about debt and money when it's time for us to go straight into analysis, reviews, and do some introspection and, just talk generally about what's happening in and around Nigeria. We have the man who's capable, veteran journalist, the national youth leader, the man with the power to periscope and into the past, the future, and what is yet to happen. His name is Mr. Godwin Etiku, but we fondly call him The Guru. Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning,
yes, sir. Okwayode. Kwayode, that's it.
Olu Kayode.
Then, but the Y is important.
Kayode. Super key.
Yes, sir.
They are pointed towards Ekpe. Praise God.
Hallelujah.
Good morning, listeners around the world. We know you'll be there waiting for us. Lagos Talks 91.3 FM. He has said it. I'm only just repeating. Not for purposes of promoting tautology, but for the purposes of identification. To say that this is Kayode and The Guru.
Yes, sir.
And I have one of my junior colleagues here. I want to introduce her. She is a broadcaster.
Yes, sir.
I have not really seen her in action because she's just coming in. But I was told that she's coming in with a lot of experiences and her past are properly filled up. I'm hearing her voice on air for the first time. So let's hear the voice together. Will you? Please, your name first of all.
Of course, good morning. Once again, The Guru. Good morning, Kayode, and good morning to you out there listening. I'm Olaoluwa Awe. I like to be called the news lady. And thank you very much for the opportunity to sit with such gentlemen and profound journalists on the program today. So really, on the other hand, I've heard a lot about you, and especially from Kayode's intro.
Are you sure you heard from Kayode there?
Of course.
It can be property of takeawaysm.
I think the introduction is quite intimidating, but I'll just try to.
Hope you are not intimidated.
I'll try not to be intimidated.
Because if you are, I have some magic within my playbook to bring you out of that tunnel of where everyone that is well intimidated will find the safety. So you are welcome, and good. Are you relocating now? I thought you were going to sit by my side here before, but that's okay.
Yeah,
because maybe from one
place. Yeah.
Maybe from time to time, maybe I may throw a question at you. And, so that's our new broadcaster in the house, and of course. It's good to know of that.
Yeah, joining the Lagos Talks family.
Yes.
The voice you'll be hearing frequently, pretty shortly, starting from sometime this weekend.
Yes.
For those who tuned in over the weekend already, I'm sure.
She's on the bet of the weekend. Bet of the evening. Yeah. Did I say bet or bed?
Belt. You said belt.
Oh, I said
yeah,
bet.
It was the T that ended it, not the D.
Oh. I thought I was meant to say bed.
No, it's meant to say bed.
Evening bed.
Of course, she's introduced herself, and she'll be taking over the Saturday breakfast show and the Sunday best show, Sunday evenings and Saturday mornings.
Was there.
Yeah, Kolale was there. Kolale is now with the morning, the late edition. We are early risers, and that keeps them late at night from 9 to 1 a.m. And so Olaoluwa will take over Saturday mornings and Sunday evenings.
If she remains in the midday.
Yeah, she's
Where is Michelle? Ago.
The evening, definitely.
Michelle. Oh, she must still be sleeping now. Because she wants to admit that she loves her sleep. All right. Are this boring? If they are boring, let's move it straight away to the express road and go ahead with what we should be doing better. Today, there are not too many preliminaries because the professor of law, commercial law, came here the other day, senior advocate of Nigeria, and because he spent all his time at home, rushed out at home, and was complaining, the road was so bad. I reminded him, but you knew from origin that you had no helicopter of your own. So when he got there, I said, no, objection to preliminaries. So let's move straight away. Kayode.
Yes, sir.
Would it be enough to give us the menu?
Great. 6 items on the menu this morning, and we start with not too exciting news. Bandits kidnap scores of Gusau Varsity Students, as reported by the Punch newspaper. Tinubu directs security agencies to rescue abducted students in Zamfara state. That Daily Post has that to say. Tinubu again files motion to stop Gusau Varsity from releasing academic records to Atiku, as reported by the Guardian. NNPCL swaps 2.6 trillion naira crude for refined product. Punch is saying that reps to present report on NNPCL's acquisition of OVH Energy, as reported in the Tribune. And today, the last item on the menu, Mile 2 Apapa Expressway, hold LASMA, police and others accountable. Truck drivers report that in the Vanguard. Again, for a second week, consecutive week, TNG does not feature in the menu.
Thank you very, very much. But let me say this. Next week, Monday, shall be 2nd of October. Is Wednesday public holiday?
Monday will be a public, most definitely
Somebody
will be.
told me a few minutes ago that Wednesday is a public holiday.
This Wednesday?
Yes. What are we doing again?
Maybe holiday for rest, something.
And while you were introducing the topic, the menu, you said that not exciting news. Bandits. Is it because bandits kidnap those girls?
Oh yes, it's enough of this kidnaps and what they do to our ladies when they are taken.
We are into different practices of journalism. Mine belong to the older generation.
Yes.
When before you can go to the print, you have to be picking this thing from them and picking on them and them. But to me, as a journalist trained in that era, which is the best news? Which is the best news? That your dog bites you? Is that the best news? Is that superior to you biting your dog? Which one is best news out of the two? Kayode was so angry, got his dog beaten up. Or the Kayode dog was so angry, got Kayode beaten. So which one? You have to bite your dog or your dog to bite you. Which one is the main news? Which one is the good news? Which one is the most exciting news?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of news, what deserves to be, on the front, the headlines.
Yes.
Yeah, you biting the dog will definitely make, because
so
people want to.
You biting the dog.
Okay, a man biting the dog.
All right. By training, if I get a spot of accident, the first question that comes to mind is, how many people died here? But to other professionals, that would have pointed me out as a wicked person. As callous human being, as a man that has no thought for the living. But if you are retrained as a journalist, the first question you must ask is, how many people died in this accident? If no death, yes, as a human being, you thank God. But you are going away without news because you reported that one. But just a minor accident, 25 people died. Wow. Put it on the pages of the paper. Print media, which I belong to, which I traditionally belong to. The news, to me, is as exciting as it's supposed to be, because the meaning of it is that not much have changed. Not much have changed. But before I land on that, let me make this well known that today is 25.
Yes, sir.
Next week, Monday, is 2nd.
Mm.
Sunday will be 1st. On Sunday, the Guru will be 5 years on air with Lagos Talk.
Wow.
Unbroken 5 years. Every day.
No leave.
Every Monday of that, I do my work. Every week, I am never absent. Every month for 5 years running. Am I to be glorified? No. The glory goes to God. Because it takes somebody with near perfect head to be able to decide that. Since my head is not controlled by the Guru or any spirit of the Guru, just by God, it means I have found favor with God. I can say that. Kìdẹ́ ṣe gbogbo èèyàn ló rà àánú gbà. Èmi gbàgbọ́ pé mo rà àánú gbà. Ṣùgbọ́n kì í ṣe gbogbo èèyàn ló rà àánú gbà. Ṣùgbọ́n yẹn.
Exactly. Yes.
So, Father, I give you all the glory. By Sunday, this coming Sunday, the Guru will be 5 years exactly with Lagos Talks and more. I started it with Sadiq that day. Sadiq had moved on. Pastor is something that people must be looking for. And then, of course, in between, this will come, go, this will come. Then Adu came. We're here, roving the water, swimming the air. Roving the water, swimming the air. And here we are, Kayode.
And Adu too has moved on to greener pastures.
Adu had moved on. I wouldn't know. I knew they've moved on, but the pastor they've moved to, I wouldn't know whether it's greener or red or bright or yellow. I wouldn't know. But let us believe that they've moved along to greener pastures. And here we are.
So when am I moving?
I think I am not going to release you in
a hurry.
I will be a little reluctant. Since you promised me that you will be moving to Epe, where you will be taking Eja, in Epe. Oh, are you sharing your man?
No, I'll go meet my governor, Akiwumi Ambode. I'll get a house close to his retirement home.
He will allow you to build near his house if you have not built.
We will speak our Epe language and.
What's the name of the deputy commissioner of police that was holding special front for the IGs until himself became a special prisoner in the hands of DLA and what again? You remember him?
Yeah, I don't remember him.
Gary?
God will bless you. You are now broadcaster at large. He built a house in Maiduguri. You need to see that house. I like good things. The only problem is that I don't have money. Otherwise, I like good cars. I would have loved good house, not a room and parlor. But I appreciate God for giving me that room and parlor and many other things. The day I saw his house, I was amazed. Then there was a house close to his. That person built before he came to construct it. You know what? He told the person, say, please, sir, you know what we'll do? How much would you sell your house? I want to buy it because I don't want any close house within this zone. He wouldn't be the first person to do it. Let me not talk of my good old friend, Ibinido. Ibinido started with his house. He started buying, until he bought the whole street. Except one professor who said, no, my pride is with me, it's in this house. I would not say. But he had the whole street to himself. Zenith Bank came to one street in Victoria Island. You know the street more than I do. So if you are wicked, then don't tell the people the name of the street. But if you are not wicked, I think it will be part of your work as a deputy poop.
I think Olaoluwa will help us.
Africa and Russia.
How do you create it?
Yes, in wicked did it in Port Harcourt. There was a school, there was a nursery school that was built by this madam. Let me not mention him. And yes, Wiki wanted the whole place cleared so that his house could be. Oh, have you ever been to the one he lives, his own personal one that he lives in Port Harcourt? Have you been there?
No, not yet. You haven't taken me there.
Huh?
You are yet to take me there.
The radio is reacting to it negatively. When you said that I deprived, do I know where Port Harcourt is? Well, you not the one who told me the story and showed me photographs. Okay, let the whole world know that. You told me the story of Yancy Wiki and told me. Okay, let us move. But how shall we be celebrating next week? We shall complete 5 years of the Guru. Okay, I will discuss it with the management and see how it shall be celebrated.
All right.
But don't go that way again. No. You know the radio.
Radio is reacting.
Reacted very negatively. All right, now let's move. Bandits kidnap scores of Gusau Varsity Students.
Yes, sir.
They are women. When they invade like that at night, it is not always the exact number of people taken away. Because when they started with Chibok girls, in the days of Goodluck Jonathan, and in the days of Shetima as the governor of Chibok girls. Oh, by the way,
Borno State.
Yeah. Chibok.
Yeah.
As governor of Borno State.
Yes, sir.
What did I say? I said
governor of Chibok girls.
Was that what I said? You caused it. I hold you responsible. That the one thing that really surprised me, this thing happened less than 24 hours. Shetima was in London. It was Studio 4. And unfortunately for him that day, I was in that studio. I was invited to present something in that studio. So, the accord lady, oh my God, told me, one of your governors is here. I said, that must be secret. I said, oh, that must be the governor that the daughters have not been taken away by Boko Haram. Then the Ghana asked, what therefore will be the purpose of him coming here? Then I said, the man is looking for his daughters that were carted away. Which best place to start than coming to London and coming to this studio? So now, the narration of bandits kidnapped scores, they were all girls. Report is telling us that either 26 or 27, but whatever happened, the army or the military is able to rescue 7, we're told, but we have about 24. The purpose of staging that story is to tell us that not much has changed between Buhari, who is gone, and Bola Tinubu, who has come in. The kidnapping and schools are closing down faster. And don't forget that this is adding to that dangerous mathematical figure of drop out of school number in Nigeria, but worsened by the population of those students that drop out of school from the north. And we're talking of the north, we are talking of northwest, yes, north center,
yes,
a little to it, then northeast. So when this must have gone out of those now, even if these girls are brought back tomorrow, the psychological effect is probably to remain with them for the next 10 years. And again, many will now say that going to these schools that are not safe is not too good. And don't forget that the demands of Boko Haram, the only day they believed they would talk, and that was the day they appointed those who would speak on their behalf. Then Major General Muhammadu Buhari was appointed. Then Professor Wole Soyinka was appointed by the insurgents, the Boko Haram. Is Western education is haram, meaning it's evil. It should not be touched. But I was told that the first person that Mohammed recruited before life was knocked out of him by the police in Maiduguri, the first person recruited to create bomb and doing this for them was a graduate of Western education who read physics and came out of the university to do this. So it tells you. Then the second one says, Tinubu directs security agencies to rescue abducted students in Zamfara state. Again, if Tinubu is really directing them, of course, which is what he's supposed to do. A camp will say that is exactly what he's supposed to do, which I cannot really argue with them, but because every coin in this world, there are always two sides to it. What is different between Bola Tinubu now and Muhammad Buhari giving instructions to security agencies, get these people out? What's the difference? Kayode?
I was even going to ask that, do we need to hear the president's voice saying, go and get them out? Shouldn't we be hearing the security chiefs, the NSA speaking on the strategy of what they are doing to rescue the girls?
You have anything?
No, some may even argue that even if there are strategies, it might not be a wise thing to put such strategies in the open. But when I saw that story, what really came to mind is that are we still supposed to be talking about what the president or the governors are doing? Because between former presidents Buhari and now, there have been different cases like this: attacks on schools, abductions, clergymen, buses, public transport and all of that. Is this something we should begin to see as a new reality that we must now plan for at the government level, at the individual level, at the at the tertiary education level, at the primary education level, that we must now plan for individually, just like we plan for we plan to prevent armed robbers and pickpockets, for example. There are certain measures to put in place as an individual, because it is a reality that can possibly happen at any point in time, at any time of the day in the country. Is it just a general security issue, or is this something that we should always see as a shock? Because some people will read this now and think, it's happened again. But is this just something? Should we see it as a new normal?
A part of our life,
that we should just plan for as a people.
So the point really that I will pull out of this is that bandits kidnap scores of Gusau Varsity students.
Okay.
It has been happening before now. And President Bola Tinubu had given marching order. It tells us one conclusion, that when the man told you that I am going to continue from the legacy left behind by Buhari, that's exactly what he's doing. Nothing new then, nothing new now. When shall we have something new to change the narration, to change the trajectory? It needs to be given a wider talk. All right. Now, number 3 spoke of Tinubu files motion to stop Chicago Varsity from releasing academic records. Atiku, Guardian newspaper reported this to us. Now, on Sunday, October 17, 2021, please, listeners, listen to this, because the Guru is going into historical perspectives, which is very, very essential in everything. Like somebody said a few days ago, he said, history never repeats itself. It is man
that repeats history.
So it is not history, because the saying has always been, history has a way of repeating itself. No, history is not writing itself. Students put down historical facts of an era, but it is man that repeat what has been done before. It is for that reason that some of us believe if we keep doing this thing the same way, we may have different results, which is nothing but folly of action. On Sunday, October 17, 2021, the news magazine published what it said was the most comprehensive Tinubu interview about his early life, struggles abroad, against military, his tenure as a governor, and others. Part of it, the magazine, that is the news magazine, called it a marathon interview that Bola Tinubu granted. I will just say one or two things out of it. In the interview, the man who would later become the Nigeria president, which he is today, said he performed so brilliantly at the Chicago State University. So much that at the end, be careful. You know this thing, my rebel against you. At the end of the term, and still on the dean's list, Professor Jesse came around to inform me that Tinubu speaking in that interview of October 17, 2021. Professor Jesse came around to inform me that he would employ me to manage the accounting laboratory for the institution. I was given a scholarship to become a tutor. I was challenged and severely under pressure to keep up the grade as each semester rolled by, because if my grades should drop, I would lose the scholarship. It was quite challenging, and in the end, I graduated top of my class, and I was recruited as an accounting major. I was on the dean's list. I was in line for the award of the overall best accounting student, as well as that of University Scholar Award. This was October, please. I'm quoting dates. This was October 17, 2021. Then let's fast track. In a September 7, 2023 press release from Aso Rock on the fringe of the G20 summit, during an interactive section with Nigerian students studying in the South Asian country, President Tinubu recalled his academic prowess while he was an undergraduate at the Chicago State University, describing himself as a brilliant student. Good education brought me here, quoting him now. And I am happy to stand before you here as the president of Nigeria. I started small. I was a security guard. I was a tutor in school. I was brilliant. I was a brilliant student. I joined the Deloitte and was trained by one of the biggest accounting firms in the world because of my education. Then fast track. A few weeks ago, His Excellency Atiku Abducted, the former vice president, who was the candidate ran for PDP platform in the 2023 February 25th general election,
yes, sir,
was seen as approaching court in the United States of America, asking for not exactly certificate, because I'm a little confused here, but my confusion, I will still want to wear it a very good garment that will present it a little. Not exactly certificate, but academic records. What that implies, I wouldn't know. And Atiku Abducted now attached urgency to it. I want to believe, I want to conclude in my own wide mind, not narrow mind, that the urgency attached to it probably will give him opportunity to submit this with record of proceedings.
yes,
Because if you are going on appellation, either from the High Court to Court of Appeal, either from Court of Appeal to the Supreme, all you gather, put together is record of proceedings. You bind them at this, I think at the Court of Appeal, you bind them 21 places. Because by law, I think the Supreme Court of Nigeria ought to have 21 justices, including the Chief Justice of the Federation, who equally would always be the chairman of the Nigerian Judicial Council. But today, I'm not too sure if we have 11 justices in the Supreme Court. So you bind and you present. So, but how Atiku Abubakar would come into it, I don't know. But he needed it urgently. And a court ordered that school. What's the name of the school?
Chicago State University.
Chicago
State University.
Not Toronto. Chicago State University.
Not University of Chicago.
Not University of Chicago. Chicago State.
Yes,
meaning that university belongs to the state of Chicago.
Yeah.
Right. The court ordered that within 48 hours, the university must release the result to Atiku Abubakar. Then the release was expected to end 2 p.m. America time of Thursday last week. But the president approached the court from another angle. And he now pleaded with the court that please delay the release of that academic record. Delay it, because if it is released now, I will suffer irreparable and irredeemable consequences. But if you delay it, you can release it later. And of course, a good judge will want to know why you will suffer. As such, the judge decided to, like that child telling the mother the other day, you will remember, Mommy, calm down. Mommy, calm down. Mommy, calm down. The judge decided. And of course, there is going to be delay of 6 days in order for both parties to present the urgency of why I must release it. Maybe by the 6 days, what Atiku Abubakar backed the journey, the voyage of discovery he embarked upon would have elapsed and gone. Or, I don't know.
Well, there are some discrepancies here, because you had stated an earlier report where, we're told that the president, Bola Tinubu, even boasted of his academic prowess, back then. So what kind of irreparable loss to his image are we talking about? If you had done that well, that brilliantly well, yes. So what exactly are we talking about? Why did he leave?
I will try to answer your question without prejudice to the fact that I'm not a lawyer.
Okay.
I know what to say. That does not make me a lawyer. I've read nearly all the books. That does not make me a lawyer. I'm a layman. Only bagge. My man that is lay. Even I'm not trying to question, but what I want to talk about here today is irreparable and irredeemable damage. What could that be? And to be fair to the Nigeria Constitution, 1999 Nigeria Constitution as amended, there is nothing that tells you that you must go and bring a certificate. All you just need to swear your affidavit is that you were at is it secondary school or primary school? Mention one, you are qualified to be president of Nigeria. But when you now go and bring one, which no law, constitutionally speaking, mandates you that you must bring, then you made an amendment to it. Amendment which borders on forgery, to beam it up, to cheer it up, to don't forget certificates and co had pulled down a lot of big men in Nigeria. The first speaker of this Fourth Republic we are operating, Sanusi, first speaker of this Fourth Republic. It was Toronto, University Toronto certificate that brought him down.
I remember there was a Chicago and Toronto era.
Yes. And when you mention Toronto, be careful. Evans Ewerem, president of the Nigeria Senate, was a very, very academically brilliant human being. No doubt about it. But unfortunately, two of the certificates, that is the one at the secondary school, the one at the university. One spoke of Evan, E-V-A-N. Then the other one named him Evans, S at the end of the N. This fell him from being the president of the Senate. As a president of Senate, he was really performing well because the academic sources of that guy will remain historically in his favor forever and ever. But the certificate, one has S at the end of Evan, making it Evans. One has, and of course the argument was brilliantly put forward, and it was bought by both lawyers and academicians that you cannot tell me that Evan and Evans, they are the same. They are not the same. In Nigeria today, you have Akitola Papa, the late Pa Akitola Williams, who died just last week at the age of 104. He was the doyen of accountancy in Nigeria. Then the late Senator David Omoya Dafinone now followed him. And Dafinone established his own, Dafinone and something. After some time, with his headquarters number 6, CD Towers, number 6, Wharf Road, Apapa. Yeah, and this man, and he's the only Nigerian that has gone, I think he's the only African. No, he's the only person in the world that has gone into that record, Guinness record of books of records, as the one family that every member of that family is an accountant. Shattered, fully qualified, shattered. Dafinone, because Dafinone is a chartered accountant, or was a chartered accountant. The wife, what's her name now, was a chartered accountant. The 4 children, or 5, Igu, what's the name of these 2 beautiful ones? They are chartered accountants. Now, at the end, towards the end of Dafinone's life, he saw the need to come together and build a synergy that brought Dafinone and Dauti together. Bola Tinubu worked there. So that the man is brilliant should not be talked about. And that he spoke of himself so brilliantly is not the issue. But what is that thing? That the release of your academy, it means therefore that there probably would have been something that if Atiku Abubakar had brought it at the kind of time that the Supreme Court would have faced a debacle. Shall we accept this as forged, or is there any forgery here?
Or is there a way around it?
A way around it?
Is there a law that?
But this is not to say that I don't have an iota of doubt in my mind that the Supreme Court. Oh, the matter is within the domain of Supreme Court, right?
Yes, sir.
They
Straight to the
I cannot comment.
They filed last week.
I can't comment. I will go to jail. I will go to jail if I comment. I cannot comment anymore. So, with these are things that we have to understudy. Because if I were, I will use whatever other means of delaying it.
Yeah. Okay.
Without going to court to say I will suffer irredeemable damage, that it should be delayed. It should be delayed. And don't forget, there are things that if you are bringing it to court, they can be placed at the domain of the court out of time. Because for every of your filing, for every movement in any of the courts, there is a time allocated to it. If you fail to bring it within the time, it is deemed in law that you would have slept on your rights. And that's the end of the day. Kayode.
Yes, sir.
The way you are looking at me, I am not too comfortable.
Why is that?
You are becoming very suspiciously. Even your face started looking now like one of the commanding officers of Boko Haram.
I don't want to get into the irredeemable analysis of what is happening around. So that's why I'm looking at it in that manner.
This court adjourns. Court.
As your lordship pleases.
Let me move to other matters. Because at the end of the day, I still want my 10 minutes for knowledge Dropbox.
All right. Yeah.
Because I promised last week, now that I return back to that I will never go off it again. Yeah. Okay, NNPCL swaps 2.6 trillion naira. That figure is humongous. 2.6 trillion naira. I don't know if you would understand what I'm saying. 2.6 trillion naira. Even if you punch it into your computer, we did take all the way.
That will signal error.
Hey, my God. NNPCL swaps 2.6 trillion naira crude for refined products. Punch. Okay. Again, let me come out with some facts concerning this. We are talking of item number 4. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Is that the item we are talking about? 4. Am I right?
That's NNPCL 2.6. Yes.
Oh, listeners. Nigeria will not die.
Amen.
I say it again that Nigeria will not die.
Amen.
Nigeria will not die.
Amen.
But I said it before. Let me repeat it today. Segar Mohammed, my great friend of blessed memory, the first port manager for Tinkan Island Port in 1980. 80 what now? That port was opened. Is it 90? Yeah, 90, not 1980, 1979. Or is it 78? No, it was 1978 or thereabout. Tinker Island Port. Please, listeners, help me out. The very date and the year is the 70s. Because that was the port constructed by General Olusegun Obasanjo and Major General Yaradua. They constructed it. And that port...
76?
Yeah,
76.
Yeah?
76 was when the constructions was constructed. 77, 14th October, it was commissioned.
Oh, Oriekwe. Bí ọ̀bọ tó pẹ́ lẹ́wọ̀n. You know, we have formed a synergy brought together by God.
Yes, sir.
Very akin to what Nnamdi Azikiwe was to Michael Imodu, Labour number 1. Michael Imodu did not go to too much of school. But Azikiwe read and read. He killed book and finished book for America before returning back to Nigeria. So Michael Imodu, very, very stubborn. But funny enough, he knew the principle of everything in this world. He would speak English, he would speak with the colonial master. He will speak, he will say, no, we are not going to work unless this condition is met, this condition. Then he will turn to Azikiwe and say, Azikiwe, my son. That one will say, sir, he say, give them grammar. Give them grammar. You said 14 of what? Again.
14 October 1977.
Yours sincerely was there by the grace of God on the day of commissioning.
Okay.
And Segar Mohammed was appointed the first port manager of that port. Then Senator Nureni Muse of blessed memory was the first traffic manager of that port. Then the first operation manager was Banjo from Igebu. He was killed in the port premises by some stubborn driver who believed that he was shaky too much of them, that he didn't allow them to do their shortcut.
So no be today, this thing they back.
They came to meet him in the office and told him, don't come here, we will kill you. We will kill you. We will kill you.
What is the origin of corruption in Nigeria?
Since I did not go to school and I sent you to school, you will come back here to answer that question.
If in 1977 this happened.
The man thought it was a joke. Very, very humane. Very, 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 very responsible. If you met Banjo with one Bolly,
yes, sir,
he's ready to invite 20 people. He said, let's just share it so that it can go around all of us. That was the character he was. And I now went to him. I told him, Egmont, these people, this is maritime. These people will kill you. Let me go and tell your managing director so that he can transfer you away from this place. Otherwise, they will kill you. It's a Godi. And who are they? It's from something after. Is it Uruawa? If you going to Ijebu, it's from there. And you know what happened? One evening he got home, it was you can hardly find this color television then. Akpoti Fedeco, black thing. That box is what you see. He was watching television. He took his bath. He tied towel. Then somehow one small boy came into this and said, "Daddy, mommy can't feel in water." That's how the boy delivered the message. The wife heard the boy. The wife saw the boy, but a very small boy that would not be up to 7 years old delivered the message. Only for the wife to say later that not that he ever knew that boy or recognized the boy. And he said, "Daddy, mommy called me one very water." And the man came out. That became his end. That became his end. Bajo. Because every 9 o'clock, the operation, this is where ship pastor, you have to do this, he was the one handling it. So yours sincerely was there in that port at that time. We are talking now of
2.6 or? 2.6 trillion.
Three swap. Let me explain this contract. This contract is what you call DSDP program. That is direct sale, direct purchase program. It's a program that the NNPC brought in. That they will take crude outside. Then the companies, the refiners in Europe will refine it for them. Then they will take the finished product in back here without paying anything. The much they paid on it was the vessel that take it out. Then part of the agreement mandates the refiner to bring it to return the finished product. And don't forget, when Nigeria crude, if it's refined, 1 barrel gives you how many? Let me not just quote off here, but because I have all those facts, I will bring them back later. Now, and when you refine crude, it is not only PMS, premium motor spirits. No. You have the jet fuel, for what do you call it? You have the kerosene, which is KKK. You have the diesel. You have 17 products, I think I'm right, coming out of refined diesel. And the Nigeria diesel, the Nigeria crude, which is very, very close to the Brent, can give you higher number liters of fuel, of KKK, of this, of that, of that. Now, the contract, the agreement, or the program of NNPC says you will take this crude. Either I thought it had been initial that it was the 450,000 barrel per day that's supposed to be refined for Nigeria consumption. That take it away, then you refine it. Once you refine it, bring us the finished product. You are not owing me, I'm not owing you. This was it. And there were companies that were specialized in moving this thing. Uado is one of them. Sahara is one of them. I don't know whether Duke Oil is one of them or not one of them. Now, when the chiefs were down, when the argument came that subsidy is a fraud, nobody is paying subsidy, it became a challenge. At the 9th National Assembly, presided over by Femi Gbagyabiamila. Please, I'm going somewhere. Follow me. I'm going somewhere. The reason why Nigeria problem might not be able to clear is this. If a man who did it wrong yesterday is now brought back here and moved to higher quarters to redirect his own, how would he go right? How would he go right? The Femi Gbagyabiamila set up a committee as a speaker of the Honorable Speaker, House of Representatives, set up a committee in the 9th National Assembly. And the committee now said, they were not looking at this. Okay, let us call the companies that are bringing the oil for us, that are bringing the PMS and for us, so that how much do they charge to get this? That was when the subsidy moved to 4 point something. You know, eventually they hack it at 7 point something trillion. Then they called all this to the National Assembly. Femi Gbagyabiamila, the chief of staff to the president now, who is dictating everything, who is trying to push every other person away.
Who determines who's the president?
Who has all this record? Then they brought all this. They brought them. Okay. They say subsidy has gone this. And you people are the one importing it. They say, Oado said, no, we don't know anything about it. The House of Representatives was amazed. You don't know anything. Okay, Sahara, you do. Sahara said, no, my hands are not involved. Everyone rejected it. Then the House of Representatives look at the NNPC, the group managing director, Mele Koloyari. Looked at it, Oga. These people say you involve them in a program that they should move this thing over there. When they finish refining, they should bring it. The refiners should bring it. And that it is swap. That's why they call it swap. You swap your crude for the finished product.
So you're not buying anything. It's like trade by barter.
It was then that the secret came out. But how many Nigerians want to run with the secret that came out? How many Nigerians are talking? The secret came out that, no, we don't. Nobody pays for subsidy to us. Oga, group managing director, I say yes. Okay. Where are the documents with which you transacted this your DS something program? The group managing director of NNPC, as we talk now, was the one that they asked this question at the National Assembly. He said the invoices with which they transact that business, they are looking for them at NNPC that they are missing.
Wow.
They
don't know which animal took the invoice this time around. Whether
this is the situation.
Or...
So each time I came on air to shout that no subsidy, they are just defrauding. But have you heard the latest now that subsidy is back?
Yes.
Okay. So these are the facts on ground. The question is this: was it not Femi Gbagyabiamila at the House of the State? The National Assembly at the House of Representatives? Was it he that presided over this thing? Were these facts not recorded in the diary of history of the king of Judah and co, as the Bible will say? Were they not? Who is looking at them? So it is one of the reasons why some of us keep believing that how bad that number, as they will say in the language in Nigeria. Please, in the name of God, in the name of the prophet of God, do something better of. So 2 point what again?
6 trillion.
I cannot see it well again. My glasses are faded. 2.6 trillion crude for refined products in the swap agreement. And we've just heard it now that in 2021, the NNPC could not remit 6 point something trillion to the national coffers. And you know why nobody can touch the group managing director of NNPC?
No, sir.
I explained it last week Tuesday. Go back to our podcast of last week Tuesday and play it at your comfort time to Nigerians, to the whole world to hear. I said there are people I describe as corporate Nigerians. The late Richard Akijide 12 to 3rd judgment was one of them. Even this senior advocate of Nigeria, Pa Robert Clark, is one of them. Professor Bolaji Akiyemi, the doyen of spying and foreign affairs matters, he's one of them. Olusegun Obasanjo, either as general or president, is a corporate Nigerian. And there are things that define those who are corporate Nigerians. But I said, those are corporate Nigerians. But the only one thing that differentiates only one man in Nigeria history, whose name is Mele Koloyari, is that corporate Nigeria got up in search of him. When he was not known, when he was, so you can use the language, non-entity. When he was a student in the University of Maiduguri, corporate Nigeria went to meet him. Like those wise men came from East and went to Herod, say, King, we saw the star and we followed the star here. Oh yeah, show us, make we go pay our obligations. This corporate Nigeria now went to search and beg this young man who was still in the university, come and do more business for Nigeria. And he went and he did. That was the time for him to travel to do the business. He was given a diplomatic passport. And he did the business. It's like digging a well loaded with gold. I didn't say that. I said it's black. And every Nigeria that will hold to Nigeria to ransom tomorrow, they have always been pulling water from that well. He was the architect. So that made him to be different from the others, because others went to look for job. As they were doing their job, they excel. Whatever the means of excelling, then Nigeria starts rewarding them. But this one, corporate Nigeria now went to look for him. A young man said, come. The way we are seeing you, yes, you are the star. Come. And the man came. And the document of that business, was it in 1980 or 1990? 1989 or something. I have all the documents. But so, the documents that show that business he did, he established for Nigeria. He established a business for Nigeria. Till today. So that is the reason why the person who will hurriedly remove Mele Koloyari, they are not too many. Because who had crossover to the other side that did not benefit from the thing that Koloyari had done for Nigeria?
It means it doesn't matter the party.
It doesn't matter the party. When I talk of corporate Nigeria, I know what I'm talking about. So look at all the things. Here now, we are talking of what? 2.6 trillion swap. And we keep talking of petrol. We keep talking of what about the remaining 16 products that come out of this thing? Time will fail me. As what's his name? Writing in the Hebrew chapter what now? Chapter 11.
Time fails me.
He said time will fail me. If I back on my brother, if I back on this, if I back those who built, those who destroyed the lion, those who did this, I'm now running short of time, and I know I must run away. Let my people come into the discussion.
All right, and on that note, the phone lines will be open shortly in the next 5 minutes. But before then, we'll go straight to WhatsApp to take some messages. We'll also stop over on Twitter to hear what you have for us this morning. Let's start with our first message. Good morning, my people. Please, with all the figures you mentioned, while you don't even have much access to information like the EFCC does, can you rate the EFCC on the scale of 0 to 10? And that is from Emperor Guru Zeus. Attention, Kayode and the Guru, the first Speaker of the Senate of the First Republic was Salisu Ibrahim.
Yes. Toronto certificate.
Good morning, Daddy Guru. Kayode and Olaoluwa, where the president has already admitted the CSC certificates are forged by his statement last week. What a big shame. Ochuko Odibo from Ikorodu has that to say. And okay.
I hope Olaoluwa is not from Ikorodu. Go on,
okay. A message, a picture was sent here from Sebastian in California. I don't know why I'm saying Oklahoma. In California, but he ends it by saying, Ose mi guo. You don't even speak.
Ose mi guo.
He wrote me guru, sir. You should learn from me. We Robo people,
Go ahead. You are doing very, very well. You are doing well.
Good morning, ma'am and sir. What time? Okay, not for this one.
No, but did you read that what is sent from California?
Yeah, it's a picture. It's a picture. I need to look at it to verify, then I can come back to it. Yes, sir. Okay, this is another question. You sent a news at a link. We'll look at that. Good morning, Daddy Guru and Super Star K, with a beautiful lady on board. Mobad has gone more Mobad on the way. If care is not taken, I believe you want to say, this is a big problem. Even every industry in Nigeria, someone must belong to the special group like gangster or drugs or cultists. All does reality in our daily activity in Nigeria. Imagine you could find. Okay, I think you wrote this in a hurry, but I get your message. You mean that we should focus a lot more on all this, what's happening. Thank you, Kim from Songo. I'm an e-hailing driver. Since the fuel increment, I've been working and nothing to show for it. The money I make goes back to the fuel. Let's make a statement with the strike. Kolaole Akindele. The North cannot continue to produce children in large numbers as a result of having many wives without giving them education, and we think terrorism in the North will abate. Adewale is saying that. Hi, the Guru. Our now president's challenge is his age, as his academic records will reveal his entrance real age. This will be the irreparable damage to him, I think. Gbenga from Fadi. Glad you said you think. Good morning, Oluwakari and the Guru. I wrote my Oluwakari like a Yoruba man. Up boys of school. Tinubu claimed to have attended GCI and St. Paul Primary School, but after investigation, it turned out to be false. He blamed Atiku, then turned back and said he was home-schooled, according to his spokesperson before the election, Festus Keyamo. He claimed to have worked with Deloitte and Touche, but Deloitte denied publicly never to have employed him. There is a record of someone called Bola Tinubu at CSU, or if anyone asks CSU about the name, definitely the answer will be yes. But why did the CSU refuse the authentication of the certificate they issued on the oath? Quite a long message.
Please, let's get this straightened out too. What Atiku Abubakar, His Excellency, Vice President, demanded for was not the certificate, but academic records. So go ahead.
For those saying the record will show his real age and all of that.
No, there's something somewhere there.
All right.
By the way, while you are still researching.
Oh, okay.
Reluctantly.
Yes, sir.
My son, Adegboyega.
Yes, sir.
You know him more than I do.
To you?
Adegboyega. Don't you know him?
I do.
I use the word reluctantly.
Okay.
He's listening, he's hearing. So I'm doing this under duress. Because my son wants to turn my neck. Today is his birthday.
Hey.
So tell him congratulations and happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you, Adegboyega. No wonder you haven't harassed us today.
Ọmọ tí ò ń bójú wẹ̀yìn wo bàbá àfipá tí nǹkan kan bá máa ṣẹlẹ̀ ó yẹ kó yé ọ. Happy birthday to you.
All right. And yes, Sebastian, confirming what you said, I've seen reports on it myself. The Supreme Court was actually on fire about an hour ago. A section of the Supreme Court caught fire.
Yes.
We'll get an update if it's been quelled and how far that has gone. But yes, that is what is happening right now. Okay. Please, I'll need the Guru's social media handles. Thanks. Good morning. Okay, I'll share that with you. He will announce it definitely at the end of the show, so do stay with us. Let's go back to messages before we go to our WhatsApp call this morning. Good morning, Daddy Guru and Oluwakari. May your days be long, sir. Nigeria matter. I know they finish. Olaluwawe. So now here you run come. I don't look for you since. I don't hear you again for that place after OP.
For that place, eh? For that place.
Miss you much. Wow.
Oh, thank you.
Michael Magboro. Is it Magboro?
Magboro.
I think Michael from Magboro.
Okay, all right. You really know. okay. I think I need to end this show right now.
Would I be permitted to be the chairman of this pro panel?
You should, sir. We grant you that wish. Let's go to calls right now. Start with CEO Africa from London. Good morning, CEO.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Daddy Jiho and Daddy Guru. Yeah, Daddy Guru, I don't know, you've not been ringing the bell. Oh. I provided the last one. If that one don't spoil, I can provide another one again. Oh.
No, this one never spoil. Oh. This one never spoil. Because I decided,
I'll get it. I'll get one that is bigger than that one.
I will not suffer in any repairable damage. To my, this is
it. Mr. Kayode.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I beg you. Have you ever seen any repentant drug dealer? Someone that was drugged and then he now repented. Have you ever, on record, have you ever heard of any repentant drug dealer?
We've seen documentaries.
But has any one of them repented? Did anyone not go back inside? Even after being sentenced? I'm going somewhere, please.
Okay, in 30 seconds.
You are going to Escabos.
Lagos witnessed the highest drug bust in the history of Nigeria. Then all of a sudden, a particular man decided to go and visit Marwa in the NDLA office. And 2 days later, this person traveled. And 1 day after this person traveled out of the country, the NDLA videoed something and showed us that they burnt that amount of, that kilogram of, that volume of drugs, cocaine, in the air, in the
right.
I beg, if really they burnt that amount of cocaine in Ikorodu, everybody in Ikorodu by now will be high. See these days.
Anyway, thank you so much, CEO. Hello, caller. Good morning. All right, sorry about that. Hello, caller. Good morning to you.
Hello, good morning.
Yes,
Good
sir.
morning.
Morning.
Yeah, this is Merciful calling you.
Hey, Merciful Mercy. She's taking up your name, the Guru. Says she's Merciful Mercy. Go ahead, Mercy. Let's hear you.
Is this Mercy Unga?
No, this is Merciful Mercy.
Merciful Mercy.
Oh, Mercy. Thank you for being merciful. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Ningo.
You're welcome.
Please, all these are our many
Hello.
talk. I have found to say that there is only one solution. We will keep saying all these ones. We will keep shouting. There will be no solution except that one thing is addressed. And that is, as long as you are a leader in this nation, you and your immediate household should have everything done here in Nigeria.
Okay.
Your work, your school, everything.
Your health, treatment.
Do you know why dollar is increasing against Naira?
Tell me in 20 seconds.
The reason is because most of our leaders today have all their families abroad, and everything they live on is from Nigeria. Majority of them don't go there to work. They go there to receive salaries from their parents who are leaders here.
Okay, then thank you so much for that. Your line even dropped.
The
line dropped. Hello, caller. Good morning. Remy from Tottenham.
Your Excellency, Daddy Gio, and Elder Guru, and lovely man. Well done.
Yeah, good morning.
You see, thank you for picking my call, because if you didn't, it would have cost me irreparable damage.
Oh my goodness.
So, you see, Bola Tinubu told us he is cerebral, intellectually sound person. Could it be the reason why he refused to do postgraduate or masters or any form of postgraduate? Because if you're going to do postgraduate, you will have to present your transcript, isn't it? Is that so? Why is it that he is first degree holder from 1979? Secondly, Nigerians, we need to be worried because other countries at this ongoing UN General Assembly, people are cutting deal. Tinubu is busy begging the court not to release his results. I'm begging you guys, wake up. I know sometimes when you are hungry, you might not be able to reason properly. Let's wake up. Because at this point in time, we need to really get to the bottom of the matter.
All right, Remy.
To demystify the myth that is
Behind.
governing Nigeria right
Okay,
now.
then. All right. Thank you so much, Remy, for your call this morning. We take a last call for this
Yes.
morning. Hello, caller. Good morning. Oh. Yes, sir. Hello.
Yeah.
I'm calling on normal call. Please, do you know, Kayode, sorry.
Yes,
Do you
sir.
know how many pages the Bible is, the King James Version? I'll tell you, it is no more than 1,500 pages.
Okay.
The one that has the story of all the Adam and Eve, Jesus Christ, Moses, past 1,500 pages. Now, the Quran is no more than 604 pages. If it is more, give or take 700 pages.
Okay.
But they are telling you that the man that occupies Aso Rock, his criminal record is more than 2,500 days. I beg, what do you man they do?
Take it easy.
Buhari in 8 years left us with a debt of 77 trillion. Now, this man in 100 days has left us. It has increased from 77 to 87.
Okay, round it up in 2 seconds. Round it up.
All right, then. Thank you so much for that
Thank
time.
you.
We can pick more calls at the Guru. We need to bring this
Let
home.
me add this before I drop to the knowledge. As of last week Friday, $1 American dollar was selling for 980 naira. If the momentum is kept, we shall be hitting 1,000 naira to $1.
Yeah. Someone sent a message that today is 1,070, but it's not confirmed.
No, it's not up to 1,070.
It's not
It
confirmed.
could be pounds that have gone that. But that in my lifetime, the first time I traveled, the BT I received, it purchased to 1 naira, 1 Nigerian naira. This Nigerian naira gave me $2. 1 naira I bought they brought me $2. I am still alive. Even as a shaman of youth, I am now seeing $1 coming to almost 1,000 naira. Number two, somebody told me yesterday, 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, I bought diesel to fill my tank for 880 naira per liter. But somebody told me yesterday that as of yesterday, it has moved to
900 and something.
1,500 liters. I mean,
naira
to a liter. 900, I mean, what are you telling me? So now, let's drop box. Who among you know where butter used to be in Nigeria here? Butter. I know you will shift your share backwards.
I don't remember where it was. It was Lagos Island.
Somebody Lagos Island. You just answer the way one young boy asked someone the way the father asked him that from where can you bring cassava? I say it normally grow on top of this tree. Cassava. Lagos, what you call it? Okay. When you go move it to Ojota, facing Ketu,
Okay.
somewhere by the left there, you will see butter.
Okay.
No more butter. Butter, when butter arrived in Nigeria, butter producing shoes. And from Nigeria, they ship their shoes to all African countries. Some will even ship overseas. And the white man cherish themselves buying our butter because of the quality. They call it butter. Now, butter opened in Nigeria in Apapa in the year 1959. But by 1989, butter has seen more than enough, and butter left Nigeria. Butter originally was a company that belonged to a woman in that small village of Zin in Czechoslovakia. And the 3 children inherited the business, moving it from one man, let me say one man or one woman business now, to a corporate business. And that was the year of September 21st, 1894. And when they moved it, they started it, the corporate one, with 800 Australian golden, that's their money, Gudon. 800 Australia Gudon, which is equivalent of $370 then. And the three of them, Antonia, then the sister Anne, they form it. And it came live again 21st of September 1894. But it arrived in Nigeria 1959, and by 1989 it has departed Nigeria. They show me one of the good companies that were here that are still here till today. Dunlop shifted base a few years ago in your presence. You know that because you won't tell anybody that Dunlop is Victoria Island. So this is it. It means may our boat keep sailing forward. May the reggae dance of 2 steps forward and 10 steps backwards depart away from Nigeria lifestyle. This is the knowledge drop for today. You can follow me on X. X. Not to Lua Kayode X, but X as X. At Godwin_Brebu. At Godwin_Brebu. Mostly that person said that my this thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
At Godwin_Brebu. Facebook is Godwin Atiku. Or there is a creation of a page in Facebook called Vetra Column. The V of the Vetra is capital letter. The C of the column is capital letter. Follow that very, very well. Visit my website, which is www.godwintheguru.com. And visit my YouTube channel. How many of you have been there? Okay, somebody will reply to me. No, let me not go to that because time is against me. So, YouTube channel is Godwin the Guru. Then, of course, you can follow Friends of the Guru or Partners with the Guru on Telegram. Just click on Friends of the Guru, you come alive. And there's this phone number. It's for those of you who are in stress that you will need somebody to intervene. So don't call me to say that your water is finished in your bathroom. I should come and fetch water for you. No. And don't call. Just send short messages. I will use my own money to answer you. It is 0906 887 0014. I repeat that for our sake. 0906 887 0014. Until Monday again, of course, we have our time tomorrow and Wednesday, which is morning digest. But until Monday, when we shall be meeting in the bigger waters, please keep yourself out of trouble. I want to thank you, Kayode. I want to thank you, Ola. Mercy.
Thank you.
Are you still merciful like the other Mercy? Just announce herself. And boy, oh boy, I will always respect you for your camera. They are functioning very well. God bless all of you. Until then, please, stay good. Bye-bye.